morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show, your one and only youth morning show. My name is Dwayne Nurse. We are live here in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, and I'm your favorite youth host, joined by
Luke Trim, and it's October 12th, Wednesday, and for those of you tuning in as you take your morning breakfast or just sitting in bed relaxing, thank you for joining us this morning. We have an excellent segment for you today.
Yes, indeed we do. Indeed we do. Right? We want to welcome again this morning on a third week. Always a pleasure to have her.
Yes,
she always making us look great.
Yes,
good morning to you, Kate.
Good morning, guys. How are you all this morning?
Again, not as fine as you, but we know you're dominant these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So look, what's been happening in this space?
Oh, so much has been happening. Blue Food Festival, an announcement for that. So we have to be there, very present. What else has been happening, doing?
Well, Kelly, you should join in on the conversation. Are you going to Blue Food?
Of course, I'll be at Blue Food, but we also have the Tobago Carnival happening very soon. Right. A lot of events. We have some packed weekends coming up.
Right. Do you know that this is my second time attending Blue Food?
Well, I haven't ever, and I'm ashamed to say that, but...
Well,
don't be ashamed. I'll definitely be there.
All right, good. So we're going, right? We're going.
Most definitely.
I want to let it taste a real best curry goat and dashing from somebody who I know in Bloody Bay.
Right, okay. We'll hold you to that. We'll hold you to that.
I was introduced and I was... food is never... food is a great thing, and it epitomizes our culture.
Yes, it does.
It is the epicenter of who we are. And of course, all the events to the carnival period. It's good to see some activity happening on the island. And I hope it's indicative of some for the island as well. In terms of those upstream and downstream businesses benefiting. See some investment in the place. When you see people making post-COVID, and people want to fit and think post-COVID, right? So if anything else, we're gonna hand you guys over to our Kaylee Lewis for news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Dwayne and Luke. I am Kaylee Lewis, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Wednesday, 12th October 2022. Ambassador for TT Youths Will Rise, Nkosi Phillips, condemned the attempts by people to delegitimize their efforts to host a cornucopia event. According to Phillips, people called their sponsors and told them to withdraw funding because cornucopia was not THA approved. However, they have the support of the Tourism Secretary and called on the critics to stop putting each other down. Cornucopia is a competition for calypso, soca artists and mass bands scheduled for Friday 21st October in Buku, hosted by TT Youths Will Rise. It came out stakeholders unsatisfied with the lack of competition for the Tobago Carnival. Minority Vaughan Morris called out the PDP-led THA hypocrites for their projects in Tobago. On last night's Minority Report, Morris said the latest example manifested itself on the weekend when Trinidadian contractors tore down a portion of Scarborough RC Primary School's fence and set up a base construction of a roadway. Morris claimed that after PDP promised to be transparent and consult with Tobagonians, the school and the community were unaware of the project. Additionally, he accused the THA of choosing Trinidadian contractors over Tobagonians, making their promise to put Tobago first. The THA embarked on a $300 million construction of 3 new roadways through a design-build finance model where contractors will fund the projects for payment at a later date. Minister Faris Alwari must resign or be fired from the cabinet, according to opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar. She condemned the former Attorney General for his role in a bribery case against two Congress members, which was dropped by the Director of Public Prosecutions on Monday. Persad-Bissessar claimed Al-Rawi colluded with state witness Nelson Vincent to sue the government for $100 million. Al-Rawi will respond to claims at a press conference later today. Back to you, Dwayne and Luke.
Thank you very much, Kaylee, for that eloquent reading of the news in 90 seconds. So, Dwayne, a word on the street is that we have a few birthdays today.
Oh, yeah, really? Yeah, it's a lot. You know, I have a observation that October seems to be flooded with birthdays.
It really is.
You
What
know?
happened during Valentine's Day?
No comments. No comments.
So to start us off, we have Miss Kyla. Happy birthday to you, coming from the Tobago family. Keela, my apologies.
Right, and a special happy from the Tobago Update family and myself to you, Mrs. Scintille. And who do we have next? Mr. Marlon Roberts. Mr. Marlon Roberts, happy birthday to you, my brother. I hope you enjoy today. Who do we have next?
Niece Lucky Nori. We know her as Lucky. Happy birthday to you.
All right, and happy to you, Miss Beauty Lady in Red, Desiree Byron.
Birthday greetings goes out to Miss Danielle Henry, coming from her sister Jamoy and the entire family. Happy belated birthday to you.
All right, and last, certainly not least, this cutie, young Miss Aria Wood. Miss Aria Wood, I want to wish you a happy birthday, and a special happy birthday comes to you from Daddy. A special happy birthday from Daddy. He wishes you happy birthday. He's going to give you all the gifts, all the ice cream, all the cake later, right? Trust me, I know he's a man of his word. Good. So that was it for birthdays.
Birthdays, yes. So who is on today?
Yeah.
So, viewers, to start us off, we have an interview with Simone Leet, a carnival pop-up shop. So stick by for that. Following, Sherman Charles here to speak about drug prevention in the youths. And finally, we will be bringing on Miss Chanel Felix to talk about Project Impact. So stay tuned, viewers. Don't go anywhere. Dwayne, you know we have to remind them to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll.
You don't know it's your boy Young Brother representing for Fuck Angels, Big Bad, Juve and Mass Band. You understand? Sexiest band. Register today. Cause how to make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Make you feel it's mass again, it's mass again, it's mass again. Yes, remember the music, remember the girls. All them girls riding in the road. Fuck Angels, Juve band, Mass Band.
The biggest and sexiest Juve Bana, Tobago, not a Milano. Boy, fuck it, them need, yeah. But the girl them plead, fuck angels, the girl them pray for. They really need it too. When you play with the band, there's a vibe now. Fuck angels, keep it alive now. And you never wanna leave, cause the drinks them running for true. Yo, tell a cruise, make the banner. Say whoa, Juve band is over you. Fuck angel is over you. The banner, jump and banner.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. This morning we have on set with us Miss Simone Leith of the Shop 100 initiative. Good morning, Miss Leith, and how are you doing this morning?
Oh, pleasant morning. I'm doing fine.
Okay, great. Can you tell us a little bit about the Shop 100 initiative and the pop-up shop as well?
Okay, the Shop 100 came out of this is my daughter's business.
Okay.
It came out of the pandemic. She found a way to make affordable shopping for persons that were losing income and stuff like that. She also came up with the initiative of having other small businesses, promoting them by doing the pop-up shop. You know, persons who would now come out into the world of trying to form some type of earnings. So she decided to go ahead with the small businesses, right, to help them grow and develop into something great.
Okay, great. And how long ago did you all begin this initiative, and why did you choose to, start pop-up shops, encourage other businesses to have a space to market their goods and services?
Well, the pop-up shop started about a little over a year now, right? Brandy's customers, most of them have businesses also, and to be able to share what she was getting from hers, she decided, let's make the market open for other people to see what other people have, right? And this is what she decided to do. And she got an overwhelming response. And so she just continued, and new businesses that keep coming on board, finding it very easy to market their whatever goods and services that they have.
Okay, great. So you spoke about giving other businesses an opportunity to market their goods and services. Was that the initial goal, and do you see it being fulfilled now?
The initial goal for her was to start a business, right? And when she got out there and meeting people who had other businesses who were telling her how difficult it was for them to actually get their product out there, so she decided, let's find a space where everybody can see what other persons have. And that is where the pop-up shop initiative went to. And now you find it that a lot of the businesses are saying it was one of the best things that ever happened to them. Because persons who didn't even know about certain businesses, certain types of businesses, it's out there now. Okay,
so Shop 100 is an Instagram store, if I'm correct, right?
It started as an Instagram store, and now it has grown into, we had a physical store, and now it's like the easiest thing on your phone.
Okay.
It's like phone something.
So there are more benefits that entrepreneurs can derive from having their business based on a social media platform as opposed to a physical store. Is it the same,
Well, the nice thing about it is that when you have a physical store, especially for small businesses, remember, finances, you're running on a small budget, right? So finance is kind of tough. So when you have a physical store, that is, if you can afford a physical store, right? It is be kind of tough, because remember, that is deriving from your profits. When you have your online stores or your pop-up shops, it makes it available, because a lot of the businesses come to your community, right? So persons wouldn't have to actually leave a far distance to come to you. We are going to you. And it was so amazing that a lot of my friends that are not in Tobago, who on the outside, Caribbean and stuff, they have viewed the pop-up shop because we go live. So they have viewed the pop-up shop and are requesting, us to visit them.
Okay, so talking about finances being a challenge for the Shop 100 initiative, have you faced any other challenges since you would have started the store and started the pop-up shop?
Well, the major challenge is normally would be to get sponsors. You see, sponsors to ease the burden of the small businesses to be able to set up and get that day running. The main challenges we would have is sponsors. But other than that, people are eager. People are eager to come to the pop-up shop. We have a lot of stores in Trinidad that are asking, do you have space for me? So people are eager.
So how did you deal with these challenges? How are you coping with these challenges in terms of financing?
Well, we beat the streets. We go out, we send letters, we ask for sponsorships. We more or less do what we can to make sure that this is a success, because we understand where we have come from and what other small businesses are facing right now.
Okay, great. And have you ever considered or accessed funding from government entities? We have BDU, NetGo, things like that.
Well, at this time, we are in the process of accessing it at this time, because remember, for the pandemic, most of these things were not available at that time, right? So right now we are in the process of accessing it.
Okay, and on the topic of the pandemic, have you made any changes regarding your operation strategy transitioning out of the pandemic?
Well, what we are in the process of doing is having a physical store.
Okay.
Right? We have a physical store because during the pandemic it was more like delivery services and stuff like that. So once you have a physical store, it makes it easier for persons to be able to come to you.
Okay, so the Shop 100 pop-up shop initiative will be taking place on October 15th, correct?
That is correct.
Can you give us a little bit more information regarding location, time, what viewers can expect if they come out? Well, when they come out.
Okay, it starts at 9 a.m. and finishes at 5 p.m. It is at the Portmore. It's at the Esplanade. We have a lot of businesses. We have businesses from Trinidad and businesses from Tobago. Right? So it would be there. You have a wide variation of different small businesses that you can choose from.
Okay, can you tell us some of the names of the businesses, perhaps? Okay,
so we would have businesses like Art Natural, Get Blushed, Jazz Artistry, So Loud by Malika, Nice Things, Beat It, Baglo, Cassie's Flavor Treats, and a whole heap of others, over 50 businesses.
Okay, and if we have any small business owner looking at us this morning who would like to be a part of the pop-up shop initiative, what is the process like, contact information and that kind of thing for them to be a part of the event?
Okay, well, at this time registration has been closed because of the volume of businesses, but you can contact Brand Elite at 783-4613, and she would be able to give you any other information for further businesses, further business dealings or pop-up shop in the future.
Okay, and what inspiration do you have this morning for any person who probably wants to start a small business? You could just give them a little motivation based on your experience.
For small businesses that are within an idea, start. It all begins with that start, that first step. It starts with an idea in your head, and you give it that first step, and by inspiration of God, anything can be possible.
Okay.
It starts somewhere.
I know that you are only one member of the team, so is there anybody you'd like to recognize, anybody you'd like to shout out for the success of the business so far?
Okay. We have, well, Brandy Leet. She's the owner of the business. We have Aliyah, Stasia. We have so much. It has so much. I just can't remember everybody this one. But what I'd really like to say, I want to thank all the persons who have supported us, and all the persons who have contributed in the form of sponsorship and support, moral support, to bring us to where we are today. I'd like to thank everybody. There are so much names that too much to mention. I'd like to just give thanks especially to all those businesses that come out and put their best foot forward.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Leet, for chatting with us this morning. I do expect to see the viewers at the Shop 100 Pop-Up Shop Initiative on October 15th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we'll go to a short break right now. Please remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Roxanne Hepburn, the Managing Director of La Marche Parfait Day Spa. And now guess what? We're in Tobago and we are so excited to serve Tobago.
La Marche Parfait Day Spa Tobago will be open to the public from Monday the 5th. Some of the services that you can access will be infrared body steam, spa parties, body treatments, massages, pedicures, manicures, waxing, carbiation, radio, and lipo-slimming and cellulite wrap treatment. We are located at number 1 Main Road, Barrington's Court, Bonaccord Village.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 607723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Are you ready? Sunday 23rd October at the Dwight York Stadium, featuring a man who understands the assignment.
Attention, Jesus, I get sick of it.
Voice.
Girl, you got the body of a goddess. Some girl talk, tell them, say them happy.
Jamaica's hitmaker.
I tell us, say me now worry about no. As long as me got life.
DJ.
Me get out the road, so she want love the woman on me yard.
Sunday, October 23rd, 3 a.m. to 10 a.m.
At the Dwight York Stadium is water,
Paint, foam,
powder,
coolers, and bikinis.
and breakfast in the biggest Juve Fred and Tobago Carnival.
Soca Jam.
Soca Jam.
Everybody only worry.
Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry, if your life can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry, if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, this catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry, if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates Youth Morning Show. Now, viewers and listeners, before we get into this segment, we would like to wish someone a happy birthday. So on screen we have Abia Mitchell. A happy birthday to you, and we hope you enjoy today. Drug abuse and addiction is an increasing trend in our younger generation. Thankfully, youths are an asset to the community as we can alleviate or even eradicate drug abuse within our generation. Today on set, we have with us a Miss Sherman Joy Charles, a drug abuse educator, to basically, as her title suggests, educate us on everything we need to know about drug use in the youth space. A special morning to you, and how are you doing?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. I'm doing well so far.
Right. So give us a little introduction.
So as you would have mentioned, my name is Sherman Joy Charles, and I am a drug prevention educator, which basically means I go around educating persons on issues surrounding substance misuse.
Lovely. So, Ms. Charles, why is drug awareness of importance in Trinidad and Tobago, specifically in Tobago?
It is important because, firstly, we believe in the mantra of prevention is better than cure. So when it comes to drug education, what we're trying to do is give persons the necessary information needed so that they can make informed choices when it comes to substance misuse. We have realized there's a trend where persons are using at a younger age. So a few years back, we would have had persons using when they were either 17 or 18, but now we're realizing persons are starting to use younger, which is 12 or 13. So the reason why it's important is that we're hoping to firstly delay the use of substance use. So if persons realize maybe I want to try drinking alcohol, we're trying to delay the age that they use. And also we're trying to encourage persons to not start using at all.
Wow, so with the upcoming carnival, I'm sure a lot of young people will be engaging in alcohol and even other narcotics that I'm not going to name on air. So what effects do these drugs have on young people?
So we have the physical effects. We know that we call these substances psychoactive substances, which basically means that they affect the brain. So we have, especially for those persons who are not 21 years old, because we have the brain developing, subdeveloping after 21. So if you're using before you're 21 years old, you have a situation where it could cause permanent damage. So we have one. Then we have the effects on your lungs, on your liver, and so forth. But we also have where a lot of young persons tend to, if they're going to school, they don't do as well as they normally would do in school because you're not able to focus as much. So you're realizing that they're great. Also realize a lot of young people tend to get involved in a lot of delinquent behaviors. So they're very rude to parents, they're running away from home, they're getting involved in criminal activity, whether assault and so forth. So there are a wide range of effects. It's physical, it's social, and so forth.
Wow. And for people like me and my mother, we love to watch Element, right? And on those movies, when kids are using drugs, parents are usually unaware that their children are doing these drugs. They just see either your child is distant or they're just doing the most in school. Parents are unaware. So for parents or even teachers that have children in their midst, what are some signs, some specific signs they can look for to see that maybe my child may be engaging in drugs?
So you mentioned one already. You said their distance. So we have a situation where children may pull away from their parents. So they always to themselves. You may realize they always want to stay in their room. They always want to stay locked up in their room. So you have that situation. You also have where their behavior changes. We have some parents who would say, that's not my child. I don't want my child behaving so. All of a sudden, they answering back. They're rude. So you tend to see these changes in the children's behavior. And normally these changes are negative. So you see they start to display some negative behaviors. And then as we talk about school again, you realize your child may have been doing well in school and they're starting to fall, but they're not doing as well. Another thing that we have realized is that a lot of children tend to not be interested in things they used to do. So they might have been interested in football and art and drama. They're just not interested in those things anymore because basically what happens is their focus becomes the substance. So we have those things that you can look out for. And also another thing we realize is their physical appearance. They may not be bathing as often. They start to grow out their hair. They're not really interested in how they look. So those are some of the signs that parents and teachers can look out for to see, maybe this person may be either using or maybe seriously considering using the substance.
Wow. So what's on my mind, what's my burning question is, what are some factors that will cause young people to even get into drugs?
The first thing is they're at the age to experiment. Everybody wants to try something once. And everybody will say, you know, that wouldn't happen to me. So you could give them all the information, you know, this drug does this, does that. But they figured as though it didn't happen to this person, it wouldn't happen to me. So one of the main reasons is that they just want to experiment. They just want to try it out. Another thing is, which is a big thing, is peer pressure. So you have a lot of children, their peers are using it. And just because they want to feel as though they could fit in, they start using as well. Another thing is stress. They may be going through stress at school, stress at home. They may have been dealing with a traumatic situation, and they use that one to sort of forget for just a little bit. And the sad thing is sometimes it works for them to just forget for just a little bit what is happening around them. So the main factors is just to experiment, peer pressure, and to deal with whatever is happening around them.
Wow. So let's journey now to alleviating, even trying to eradicate drug use or drug abuse. What are the resources that we have here in Trinidad and Tobago that people can get into?
So in Tobago, the Division of Health has two units, that deal specifically with substance use. So we have the prevention side of it, which is the education side. And the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Prevention Program is a unit that deals with that. So they will go around and educate persons on issues surrounding substance misuse. And then we also have the therapeutic counseling unit. So they are on the other side, which deals with recovery. So they are the ones who would offer counseling for persons who are addicted to substances, or even for families who are dealing with someone who is addicted to substances.
Oh, wow. Nice. So we have the resources. So for parents, anyone listening, if you are noticing signs in your child or somebody else's child, please reach out to these resources, or you can contact a professional to get that youth the help that they need. So Ms. Charles, what are pages or anything people can reach out to, contact numbers, or even our Facebook page they can visit for more information?
So the Division of Health has a Facebook page, the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection there on Facebook. But if you would like to visit them, their office is the Orange Building after Coast Cutters, if you're going up to Plymouth. But their number is 639-3395 and the extension is 43507.
Thank you very much, Ms. Charles, for coming on today. This
No
segment
problem.
was really informative. I enjoyed it. So, viewers, you heard it. You hope you took notes. So, we'll be right back after this break. And remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Mamailakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamailakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
We really need to, we could benefit a lot from this. The only concern I have is the air bridge and sea bridge. You know, there seems to be a high demand, but can we facilitate? That's the question. And I think we also have an opportunity to, unlike Trinidad, start to gather data, see how it's really going to benefit us in the long run. If we start to look at it from that perspective, will really be beneficial to us in the future.
Right. So you think that the air bridge is going to be a main asset to push the agenda of the Tobago Carnival? Or even the sea bridge that they were even considering? You think those two factors will be something to push the agenda of the Tobago Carnival?
Of course, because I mean that's how we'll get our visitors to come here. I mean, a lot of people have been calling me as well personally and asking me. They said to me, Odika, tickets are unavailable, you know, so that could be our downfall. We could have a lot of challenges on that end, but so yes, it's critical.
Thank you very much. Can you say your name?
Sure, Odika. O'Neill, O-D-E-K-A, or E-I-L.
Thank you very much. murders in Tobago thus far. So do you think that in terms of safety, this is cause for concern for Tobagonians?
Yes, I think it is cause for concern because Tobago is the smaller island and our coast here is not accustomed to having so much murders in such a short space of time. So I think it is a cause for concern. Whilst we don't know why the killings might have occurred, it's a cause for concern for everyone.
Thank you very much. What's the name?
Enensa. Yeah. ENENSA.
Thank you. Fali Augustine should form his own political party, yes or no, and why?
No, because I find Fali doing a great job for Tobago. A wonderful, great job. Because if also Fali and thing, we will never be for this place for today.
So what about Watson Duke? Do you think that he should remain in the PDP despite everything that's happened during the past 3 weeks?
I find yes, he remain PDP, but I find Watson Duke to calm down himself and thing.
Thank you very much. Still should form his own political party, yes, no, or why? No, let me say it again. Do you think the Honorable Fali Chavez Augustine should form his own political party, yes or no, and why?
Well, I personally think that we should give them a chance to work this out. It's that time still. If Mr. Duke intend to go along the road he going, let Fali and them fix what they have to fix. We can keep back. Fali is supposed to move with Hochoy, the heavy roller, to fix Tobago business. Hochoy is the man who know all the rules, and if we have to go get progressive, you have Vanessa James there, you have the James clan otherwise. Let Fali go to Trinidad with Hochoy Charles and get Ramesh Maharaj to back him. They can't push down two of them in Trinidad for Tobago autonomy. Alright? Well, that's the most I want to say at this point in time.
I'm Luke Trim, and this was Voice on the Streets.
Drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes for breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti served with chokers, bull joil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
know it's your boy Young Brother representing for Fuck Angels, Big Bad, Juve and Mass Band. You understand? Sexiest band. Register today. God, how to make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Make you feel it's mass again, it's mass again, it's mass again. Yes, remember the music, remember the girls. All them girls riding in the road. Fuck Angels, Juve band, Mass Band.
The biggest and sexiest Juve Bana, Tobago, not a Milana. Boy, fuck angels, the girl them need, but the girl them plead. Fuck angels, the girl them pray for. They really need it too. When you play with the band, it's a vibe now. Fuck angels, keep it alive now. And you never wanna leave, cause the drinks them running for true. Yo, tell a cruise, make the ball. Say whoa, Juve band is over you. Fuck angel is over you. The ball, jump and ball.
Tobago has added a new business accommodations property to its tourism product. Seclusion Villas and Conference Center was recently opened in Crown Point. It will add quality accommodations to this island's room stock. According to the management company, Seclusion also brings a new experience for corporate and business events in Tobago.
The villa-styled accommodation with ample communal areas can enhance social and networking opportunities during company retreats, for example, hosting events, and for corporate collaborations.
The area includes a sheltered pergola, a swimming pool, 2 villas, and a conference center.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting Tobago. Thank you for taking the chance. Thank you for taking the risk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once you invest and you take your time and you are trusted by the people here, it is a place of loyalty.
Councillor Tashia Burris is quite satisfied with this newest addition to the island's accommodation sector. She says visitors must have access to quality room stock. The Tourism Secretary believes Tobago must move from barely surviving to thriving when it comes to its tourism products.
It is crucial now more than ever that their entrance has signaled the strengthening of our accommodation sector. Accommodation is essential. It attracts overnight tourists, and that is something that we need. We need more persons coming into the island to stay and vacation. And that requires persons like Mr. Maraj and his group and others to see Tobago as a real option for investment. Seclusion Villa and Conference Center will also play a role in boosting our potential as a MICE destination, and MICE meaning meetings, incentives, conferences, and events. Over the years, we have demonstrated promise in that area.
Seclusion's location at Palm Eagles Drive, Crown Point, also means greater convenience to visitors using A&R Robinson International Airport.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome back. Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show, your one and only morning show this morning on our Wednesdays. This morning we are speaking about education, project impact, and this morning we are speaking with two beautiful ladies from the Division of Education, Research and Technology. We have the advisor to the Secretary, Miss Natasha Ann Second, and we have Miss Chanel Felix, who is also an advisor, correct me if I'm wrong, to the
Assistant Secretary, Mr. Orlando Kerr.
Yes, Mr. Orlando Kerr. So guys, you know, education has been in the spotlight for a while, you know, in light of what is happening. But we wanted to talk about some positive things this morning, right? Project Impact. What is this project about?
Well, good morning, Mr. Nurse. Good morning, Tobago and all of the viewers. Well, Project Impact came about over the last year because we would have had a significant learning loss due to the pandemic. Primarily, there were other factors, but primarily due to the pandemic. On a national level, there was learning loss. But in Tobago, we had a score of like 78.7% of our students scoring 50% or under.
Wow.
So we needed, because we are accountable and we are responsible for good governance and good accountability, we needed to intervene. And so we created a program. The program is going to be a long-term program. We have short-term goals, medium-term, and long-term goals. So we started in the July-August period. We had a 4-week session where we integrated literacy, numeracy, technical vocational skills, VAPA, and so on, so that the students would have had additional opportunities for learning.
Yes. Holistic learning. To you, Miss Felix, do you, given the current stats that were just think by the advisor, you know, do you see that as a trend, or given the pandemic and other factors, do you see it being an exception?
Based on the pandemic?
Yeah.
Well, definitely. I can't really attribute it to anything else other than the fact that we had kids being outside of school for equivalent of like 2 years, right? And so I believe that we are still kind of going to see a runoff effect of that in the upcoming academic year. However, we hope that with the resources that we at the division are providing, we could see an increase in the number of SEA students that are passing that 50% mark. We have a commitment from teachers that they are willing to go the extra mile to ensure that they are able to prepare the students for SEA this time around, to be able to provide us with those results that we are looking for. Now, with Project Impact, although we are really narrowing in on the fact that we need to make up for that learning loss, we are also understanding that teachers themselves have to get back into the groove, right, of getting back into the classroom and finding new innovative ways to include the technology in motivating the students. So what we are doing is not only an avenue for the young persons or the students to be able to get that technical vocational training as well as that literacy and numeracy, but retraining our teachers, right? Retooling them for this new society.
And you know, interesting, although that discussion is not here, you know, it's quite an oversight, but evidently we could see an opportunity for retraining and retooling our teachers. Do you see this program extending to our teachers? And if either of you could answer, how soon do you think this rollout can happen? Because I could tell you, I know a few teachers who would have been forced. Well, all of the teachers would have been forced to be innovative using this new online platform. So just quickly comment.
Well, as I said before, I know that we are going to see an increased number in students that are going to pass the SEA in the upcoming academic year because of the commitment that we have received from the teachers. But often, Ms. Second and myself, we will hear people saying, these type of programs, you know, teachers are taking advantage of it to make that extra money. But we often are advocating that any policy that we put in place, especially in the area of education, should benefit both the teachers and the students. So if we are providing an avenue for teachers to retool themselves, to retrain themselves and be adequately compensated for that, I don't see that as being an issue. And, you know, there's so much happening in the education space, especially where digitalization plays a key role, especially, you know, us there at the division now. A central focus for us within our strategic goal is to include technology as a major aspect of how we move forward with improving education in Tobago. So we have to continue to allow teachers to benefit as well, and I think that's an oversight. Teachers are grossly underappreciated, and with impact not only being to impact students, but we have to also understand that the teachers are the custodian of that impact, and we have to impact them as well.
If I could just join in as well. Thank you very much, Ms. Felix. The phase 2 of Project Impact involves a significant amount of teacher training and as Ms. Felix said, retooling of our teachers. Phase 2 will involve us actually advertising and recruiting additional persons to help with the remedial improvement of literacy and numeracy at the schools. So we're gonna add 4 more literacy-based teachers and 4 more numeracy-based teachers into the regular stream. So the timetable will be adjusted to facilitate these new persons that we're going to hire, because we have to invest in anything that is cost-effective that will lead to improved student achievement. So Ms. Felix would have talked about us definitely, one of the outcomes definitely being improved grades in the SEA. We don't promise improved grades, but we show how we can achieve the outcome with specific actions, right? So one of those actions would be to meet with our principals with the affected students. We're going to look at the 0 to 30% students going forward. We're going to track them and follow them for the entire year. So that's a new aspect of accountability that we're going to be integrating. And we are going to bring in additional teachers, as I mentioned. So those teachers are going to help to train the staff, the teachers, and the parents, because you have a special child who needs additional focus. So they are going to come in and help us with workshops and training programs so that we can actually measure as we move with real actions towards improved student achievement.
Right, and that's so remarkable, because, you know, in my short stint of being an adult, we have often heard the comparison being made with the Tobago students versus the performance of the Trinidad students. You know, and I think it's a great initiative that, you know, the division is embarking on to ensure that, you know, our students are up to par and nobody's left behind. And that's great. So it brings me to my next question, right? I know you would have highlighted some of the target goals, but I think they're so important that we need to bring them back into the conversation. What are some of the pillars, right? The focus pillars, because I know you mentioned vocational training and I can't remember the others, but just to reiterate and to just place some emphasis as to why these are the pillars you're focusing on, in terms of this project.
All right, so the strongest performing countries have strong accountability systems. That means that you have practices that will lead to improved collaboration among the professionals and improved performance of students. So some of the components of these accountability systems include things like leadership, the principal's style, leadership style, and the principal's accountability practices. Does that person monitor and evaluate teacher performance? Everybody is trained. Everybody enters the system trained. Do you monitor the lesson planning, the delivery of the lesson, and so on? So one component is the accountability system attached to principal practices. Another one is involvement of parents. We have to implement different systems to ensure that more parents are involved. The literature says the more parents that are involved, the more parents that are actively involved in the activities of the students, the better their grades and their overall performance are. We also looked at collaborating because we want to look at the social aspect, we want to look at the emotional aspect of the child, the whole child, the spiritual.
Definitely that psychological aspect of it.
I want to segue to Ms. Felix, right? I love you guys both. I love it. I love it. You know,
I appreciate that, do it.
But does this not concretely need for Tobago to have its own, let's say, a unit that would do these type of data collection to see, you know, what are some of the areas the teaching needs to emphasize its resources on, right? Even all up to the tertiary level, because the truth is we are very ambitious. We go to school very linear. We get the grades, we go to university, and then we realize, boom, we don't want that. We do this degree again, we go and do our next degree, come back and realize that this is not, we have no space for me here, because, you know, the employment climate is already saturated. You know, do you see these, you know, the need for proper and effective, consistent data collection to help, you know, remedy some of those issues, Ms. Felix?
Definitely doing, and I think that is evident in the fact that this administration has ensured that the research in the Division of Education, Research and Technology has meaning. One thing I can say on behalf of my secretary, Mrs. Zoisha Hackett, is that she has placed a lot of emphasis on what we are currently doing to restructure the research unit at the division. She's adamant that we collect the data, we analyze the data and utilize the data in the policies that are being formulated within this current administration. I admire the fact that she can make any decision without it being data driven. And when projects like Impact is concerned, it is clear that we have the data, we have looked at it, we see where we have fallen short. In a lot of cases, we hear people saying we can't blame the pandemic for underlying issues that were already there, that was just exposed by the pandemic. And in some sense, I do agree with that. But it brings us to the place where we have to truly analyze how we structure these divisions and if the departments that we have within there are really adequately functioning to produce the type of data and having the data collection systems and databases that are necessary to gather the data and make it accessible, not only to us as we create policies, but to the general public. So I am saying to you that there is a commitment by the Secretary, Ms. Hackett, for us to utilize the data and have our departments create databases that are accessible to the public. Currently, we are utilizing the numbers in order to make these decisions, Dwayne. We are not just haphazardly creating these policies. But what I want to also add is that the cycle 2 of this impact project is going to also be driven by psychological data. We have partnered with the student support unit to ensure that we have teaching psychologists, school psychologists going into the schools, going into all the centers to assess the students. Psychological assessment is totally necessary because what we have found is that a lot of these students that are underperforming, there are usually a number of underlying social issues that are impacting these students that are not being dealt with. And we have to understand that there are a number of environmental factors that are impacting the performance of our students. And there's no need for us to continue teaching maths and English while our students have to go back into toxic environments at home. So that is one of the areas that we have committed to ensuring that we put as a priority in the upcoming impact.
And that's great. And that's really great to hear that, you know, there's a more holistic approach from the ground up and not not a top-down approach, and that's great. Mr. Khan, correct me if I'm wrong. The word on the ground was that you were a teacher yourself. You know, what do you say, you know, would be the difference coming out from this program once implemented, you know, in whatever period, right? Would be the difference between the teacher of yesterday, last to now?
Greater teacher appreciation. Because we have developed this professional network of teachers. We had center managers who were both principals and middle managers working together with the principals. That professional network builds that esteem of the teacher. There's a lot of teacher bashing, a lot of education bashing taking place. Once we get back to the place where we recognize the importance of the teacher and the principal in the classroom to change and to transform the lives of our students, we're going to understand that we need to invest in how we perceive of our teachers, building back that sense of their competence and so on. I just wanted to add a little bit on the research element. We're going to be advertising very, very soon. I just want to plug that out for a director in our research department and a couple of other hands, because we're looking at qualitative and quantitative research. Yes. We're looking at using inferential statistics, going beyond the descriptive statistics, percentage of this and percentage of that. We want to get down into the profiles. We want to do all of the analyses, create the online data collection sheets. We are really looking forward to an exciting time of revolutionizing our system and creating a greater accountability system. That's the word I want you to take, and I want all of Tobago to take away, the accountability system.
All right. I have three quick more questions for you guys. Three quick questions. Just comment quickly is the word. The mandate about the parallel healthcare system. And Mr. Duke made some comments about Scarborough in the space, I think it would be remiss of me to not ask: is there any merit to the issue that he brought to the fore a couple of days ago?
Well, Scarborough has had some systemic issues for a very long time.
Right.
We do know that we are well ahead in terms of creating our user brief and our designer brief for our new spanking smart school that Scarborough is going to have.
Are you going to keep the school there?
No, we're not keeping the school. We have a whole new, brand new smart school. That means that technology will be integrated throughout the institution. It will be the first smart school in Tobago, and it will be the leader for all of our other institutions, primary, secondary, early childhood. So that is coming. While that is coming, we did that emergency works during the holiday, and we would have revealed some underlying issues that allowed us to have to, because we have the OSH matters, the occupational safety and health matters. So we have to protect the children. So we would have, as responsible adults and responsible experts in the division of education, research and technology, we would have all gotten together and we would have made arrangements to manage the children in the space. So we would have decanted the sixth formers, and we would have done a short-term rotation of the third formers, and we are very engaged with discussions with the parents and so on to manage their anxieties and so on. Obviously, you're going to be anxious that there's going to be learning loss. If we are willing to invest so much in the SAA students, we're obviously going to invest tremendous time, effort, and resources in ensuring that any learning loss that is occurred with our Scarborough Sec precious students will be compensated.
Yeah.
The parents as well, we are asking you all to work with us, hold our hands, and let us do this together.
All right, all right. Unfortunately, guys, this is the end of it. I have so many more questions for them, yes. but time doesn't permit. Yes. I will have you back here tomorrow. I'm just joking. That is not my call. That is not my call.
Definitely.
But we want to thank Miss Anne Second and Miss Felix for being here today and to share what some of the initiative in the Division of Education, Research and Technology, right? So guys, we're going to go for a short break quickly and we'll be right back. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. I'm coming back, eh?
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to
Right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago of this morning show. We have come to the end of our interview for Youth Wednesdays this morning, and we're going over to GMT just in a short while. But following the interview that was just had, the closing ceremony of the Project Impact will be happening at Shore Park Cultural Complex next week. Thursday the 20th at 2 p.m. So next week Thursday at 2 p.m. at the Shore Park Cultural Complex, they're going to have the closing off ceremony of the phase 1 of the Project Impact with the SEA students. So guys, you could go and participate and see what the achievements were and so on. So guys, Mr. Luke,
Right, viewers, and before we end off, we have one last birthday to end everything, and this birthday shout out goes out to Stacy Gray, coming from the Tobago Open Bible family. A happy birthday to you. And lastly, as Miss Gray is wearing pink, we are in Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I just want to send out condolences to the Hope Anglican Family School. We lost a teacher, Miss Debbie Guy. She taught so many of my classmates, and we just want to send out condolences to Miss Guy and her family. So viewers, that's all for today.
Yeah. Guys, last week Luke told me that I forgot him. I just want to make it clear that it was an oversight on my part, and I apologize. Right? You know, Luke, I'm sorry. He actually texted me while I was doing the interview and tell me not to forget him.
I'm gonna get you a timer, so I'm just gonna turn it, and when you hear the bell ring, you'll know that it's time to wrap up today. But anyways, today was a good segment today. Yes. It was really good today. So viewers, we thank you for joining us, and don't go yet, just stay. We have more for you. We're not over yet. So remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry, if your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry, if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry, if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Hey, Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people.
To Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad and the region. With the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine, I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. Ambassador for TT Youths Will Rise, Nikosi Phillips, condemned the attempts by people to delegitimize efforts to host a cornucopia event. According to Phillips, people called their sponsors and told them to withdraw funding because cornucopia was not a THA-approved event. However, Phillips claimed they have the support of the Tourism Secretary and called on critics to stop pulling each other down. Cornucopia is a competition for Calypsonian soca artists and mass bands scheduled for Friday, 21st October in Buku, hosted by TT Youth Will Rise. It came out of a call from stakeholders who are unsatisfied with the lack of competition for the Tobago Carnival. Now, Minority Leader Kelvin Morris called out the PDP-led THA for being hypocrites
in their handling of projects in Tobago. On last night's Minority Report, Morris said the latest example manifested itself on the weekend when Trinidadian contractors tore down a portion of the Scarborough RC Primary School's fence to set up base for the construction of a new roadway. Morris claimed that after PDP promised to be transparent and consult with Tobagonians, the school and the community were unaware of the project. Additionally, he accused the THA of choosing Trinidadian contractors over Tobagonians, breaking their promise to put Tobago first. The THA embarked on a $300 million construction of 3 new roadways through a design-build-finance model, where contractors will fund the projects for payment at a later date. And nationally, Minister Faris Harari must resign or be fired from the cabinet, according to opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissassa. She condemned the former Attorney General for his role in a bribery case against 2 United National Congress members, which was dropped by the Director of Public Prosecutions on Monday. Persad-Bissassa claimed Harari colluded with state witness Nelson Vincent to sue the government for over $150 million. Harari will respond to the claims at a press conference scheduled for later today. And that was your news in 90 seconds. I mean, of course, we have a lot happening within our space, but we're turning our focus for now to the PNM internal elections. Yes, the PNM internal elections. And of course, this is the national body we're talking about, the National Party. They're having their elections on December 4th. So they're in full campaigning mode as it is right now. Some interesting times up ahead. So on set and joining us this morning, or virtually joining us, is Miss Maxine Richards, and she is vying for the position of welfare officer within the party. A special good morning and welcome to you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, and good morning to you too.
All right, viewers, and of course, if I know Ms. Richards, she's also the daughter of the late President, Mr. Maxwell Richards. And yes, so you're going up for the position of welfare officer within the party. Can you give me an idea as to why did you choose to step forward and to put yourself up for this position?
As many people may know, my father and my mother, they've always been in the job of service to people. And following in their footsteps, I have taken the decision to do that as well. I have been a member of the party since 2010, and I work closely with our former welfare officer, Mrs. Joycelyn Borden, who passed away in 2021. So when she passed, I stepped in and started assisting the welfare officers with their drives, and I really started to like it, and I made the decision about 2 weeks ago to go ahead and run for office.
Great. And what difference do you think that you can bring to the party in that position as welfare officer?
Well, one thing I could bring is the support of the people around me. People who would assist in donations and providing different things for persons who may be in need. So for Christmas last year, we did 20 items per constituency, inclusive of the 2 constituencies in Tobago. And that included a very nice hamper for a family in need, as well as a really nice toy for a child in need. We also did hampers for Mother's Day, and for back to school, we got assistance in giving out close to 1,100 school bags and stationery for persons in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. No, I'm not aware, but maybe you could tell me, is there a political leader, or is there a specific slate that you are on for this internal elections? Because we know we have 4 persons vying for the leadership of the party, and that of Dr. Keith Rowley, of course, who is the incumbent, and our Prime Minister, as well as Ms. Karen Nunes, Teixeira, and Attorney Ronald Boynes, and Mr. Junior Barak. So who is your pick? So who are you supporting for political leader?
Of course, I will be supporting the Honorable Keith Rowley. There's no choice in that matter. I have worked with him for numerous years, and he has my respect and my full support for that position.
And why do you think that the party, the membership of the party, should continue to support Dr. Rowley in his position as political leader?
Dr. Rowley is all about himself, not about service as well. He has taken us through a very hard time when he came into office. The oil prices were low. He met some numerous issues, and even with COVID, he guided us through that pandemic, and I think he is the right person for the job. He will always have my support, and I will be definitely voting for Dr. Keith Rowley come the 26th of November.
All right. And you know, there are some criticisms, even from within the party itself, about Dr. Rowley's leadership over the past few years. You know, what would you say to those people who are perhaps on the fence as to whether or not they should continue to trust in Dr. Rowley's leadership?
I think persons who have criticized the Prime Minister really are doing it. They have no proper reason for that. He is, what should I say, he has, in 2020, many people said they weren't going to vote for him, for all the People's National Movement, and come 2020, everybody realized that Dr. Keith Rowley is the right choice. And he continues to be the right choice through all that he does, because he has the country, Trinidad and Tobago, first.
All right, Ms. Maxine Richards, I want to thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you and just getting a little insight as to some of the members that are on Dr. Rowley's team for the leadership of the party. Of course, we know the elections are scheduled for December 4th, and we are Tobago Updates, and we're going to be bringing you some updates as the campaign goes on. So thank you, Ms. Richards, for being on with us.
Thank you, and have a nice day.
Same to you. All right, viewers, don't go anywhere because we have a lot more coming up for you on the program.
Advertise with Tobago Updates. Call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us.
I'm
Roxanne Hepburn, the Managing Director of La Marche Parfait d'Espa. And now guess what? We're in Tobago and we are so excited to serve Tobago.
La Marche Parfait d'Espa Tobago will be open to the public from Monday the 5th. Some of the services that you can access would be infrared body steam, spa parties, body treatments, massages, pedicures, manicures, waxing, carbiation, radio, and lipo slimming and cellulite wrap treatment. We are located at number 1 Main Road, Barrington Sport, Bonaccord Village.
Just I get sick of it.
The lady's choice.
Girl, you got the body of a goddess. Some girl I talk, tell them, say them happy.
Jamaica's hitmaker.
I tell her, say me now worry about no. As long as me got life.
TJ.
Me girl out the road, so she want love the woman on me yard.
Sunday, October 23rd, 3 a.m. to 10 a.m.
At the Dwight York Stadium is water,
paint, foam,
powder,
coolers, and bikinis.
And breakfast in the biggest Juve Fred and Tobago Carnival.
Soca Jam.
Soca Jam.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denise.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago, and yes folks, we are getting into that carnival spirit. As you've seen, I mean, we are flooded with all the ads for all the events, all the mass bands, everybody's out there, you know, there's so much happening within our space. The next 2 weeks are going to be jam-packed crazy, and I know a lot of you are still out there wondering, you know, how am I going to make it to all these events? Well, the Bethel Credit Union has some solutions for you. And just to give us an idea about what is there in store and what options you have financially to be able to, you know, go and party and partake in all the events that you want to partake in. We have on set with us Miss Melanie Burgess-Singh, and she's the marketing manager of the Bethel Credit Union, as well as Miss Tanisha Brebner, and she is the chairman of the Bethel Credit Union Committee. Good morning and welcome to you ladies.
Good morning. Good morning, and thank you for having us.
Great. And now for our viewers who are somehow under the rocks and just not aware, tell me about the Bethel Credit Union, you know, what is it about and where is it located?
Okay, so Bethel Credit Union is a stable financial institution. We have been in existence for 72 years, since 1950. So, yes, and we have 2 branch locations. The first head office is in number 31 Bethlehem Road, Bethel, Tobago, which is inside the heart of Bethel. And our next branch location is in Mount Mary, the big, beautiful blue building on the corner. You see it from the highway. It's right between St. Nicholas and Bishop's High School. So that's our 2 branch locations.
All right, great. Now, of course, we're talking about Carnival coming up, and everybody's like looking to see how they can have that money to go all these fetes and to, you know, be a part of the Juve and Mass and everything like that. But so you guys have put together a special loan facility for this. So, I mean, Ms. Brebner, can you give me an idea of what is this loan facility about?
Okay, so since our carnival celebration is such a short notice, because usually you spend time and you prepare and you budget for carnival and you save. But since our carnival is such a short notice, we have our manager as well, came up with a loan special called the
Tobagonian first jam loan, right? So this loan is for $15,000. However, what we are trying to inspire is that, you know, you're not just going to take the loan and you'd go and fret out all the money, right? We have opened this loan to new members, so persons who are not members are able to access this loan. They're able to apply. There's no waiting period, and they are able to access this loan almost immediately, right? What we are going to do, however, if you do not have collateral, if you do not have monies to bring, we are going to keep just a portion of that money, probably like $5,000, and we keep it there on shares for you. So even when you finish fet out the money, you still have some money on the inside, right? So this loan is a 2-year repayment loan. It's about $725 there about monthly repayment. And persons who already have loans, they have the ability to refinance as well, refinance their loan. So we are encouraging persons. I know that a lot of people, I heard the chairman of the Carnival Committee, Mr. McKenna, telling everybody, oh, don't pay no bills, don't buy this, don't do that. But we are not encouraging that. What we want to encourage is that you come and take the loan, see about your bills, buy your tickets to the Burna Boy, the Voice. We have dockets. We have what I think Mel said is about 80 something.
There are 80, at least 80
so there are 80 events
coming up.
So there must be at least 10 that you want to attend, and the Better Credit Union is here to engage that. We as well want to see a successful carnival, so the more persons buy into it, you know, we offer advice as well. And, you know, we want people to come and have a good time. It's the first carnival, so it's the Tobagonian first jam carnival loan sale.
Yeah. Great, and of course that's good news to our viewers that are listening.
Of course.
Now, we know that coming out of the pandemic, people are not in a very good financial place. I mean, lots of people are in debt. What sort of services are you guys offering to help those people even to be able to access that loan, even when their credit rating, their job situation might not be the best?
Okay, so as a credit committee, we sit on loans and we assess all of the things that you would have just listed. There is a criteria. There are things that we look for. We look for stability of job, stability of income. We look at all your other expenses as well. In some cases, we are doing a lot of debt consolidations for a lot of people. People have a lot of debts in different places, and you know they want to just have one payment in one institution. So since we had a 70 for 70 loan sale when we would have just turned 70 years, and with that loan sale, we did it was a consolidation loan sale, and it has never stopped. So people keep coming, and we are trying to put them in a better financial position so that they have a better surplus, a better take home, you know, at the end of that single payment with Better Credit Union. So yes, we are aware. We try to keep up to date with what's happening in the climate, with the job loss, retrenchment, and all that, and we work with our members. Our committee is a 5-member committee. We have Mrs. Ina Anthony. She's the secretary. We have Anne-Marie Johnson. We also have our new member, Mr. Julian Thomas, and myself. And we are human beings just like everybody else. We have debts as well. So, you know, we sit and we assess and we discuss. And if needs be, we may call in members to tell us where you are, tell us what's happening, and we work with members. You know, we're not just going to come and repossess your car and take your house and all of that, but we try to work alongside our members as much as possible, even if it means restructuring their loans to give them a more comfortable payment, right?
But piggybacking on what Tunisia said, just remember Bethel Credit Union is very community-based. We have members who would have come to us during the pandemic and say, hey, this is what happened. This is my loan. These are my expenses. And we start, and of course, financial advice is also a very integral in part of doing all loans. You sit, you chat with your member, you do all those nitty-gritties and, you know, find out how we can help you, because we are very community-based. That's what Bethel Credit Union was built on. So, yeah. But also, if you're not a member of the credit union, you can partake in this carnival loan. We do have also our Christmas loan that was launched. So we have carnival and Christmas as well. Yes. But we have all, of course, the rest of the loans that are available throughout the year. But our carnival loan, like Tunisia said, you know, it's the first Tobago carnival, and we are excited at Bethel Credit Union to see this become a success, because we are all Tobagonians. That's why we had to name it the Tobagonian First Jam Loan Sale. I mean, think about it. Just me saying it, I don't know if you hear the excitement in my voice. But it is exciting when you see all these promoters, you putting out all these things, and we want to be able to support them as well. I mean, I've never played Pretty Mass before in my life, and I am playing Pretty Mass this year, and I'm like, you know what? First carnival, I have to be in it. Because you want to be a part, you want to also, you know, support them, like we like to say, support local. So yeah, so that's why Bethel Credit Union came up with this. We had people coming to us, and we want to make sure that this carnival is a success as well.
What are the requirements for the First Jam Carnival loan?
A payslip, ID, job letter, that's it. Now, if you're not a member, the requirements are a little bit more. You have two forms of ID, a job letter, a payslip, no more than 1 month old. You know, and I must say that these requirements were not just made up by Bethel Credit Union. They are under the Financial Intelligence Unit of Trinidad and Tobago. They came up with these requirements. So yes, we do have all the other requirements for you to become a member. So if you're not a member, I would advise you to join today. If you want to take advantage of the Carnival First Jam Loan Sale, join today, because it ends on October 28th.
I was just about to ask.
So yeah, so this is the crunch time. If you really want this loan, I mean, take it. I mean, and you have a week.
And then you said that it's almost immediate to know whether or not you can qualify.
There's no waiting period. There's no waiting period. Even if you're a non-member, we have everything there. No, you don't even have to visit one of the branches to get the application form. Let's get into that. We have all our applications digitally on our website, www.bethelcredituniontt.com. So we have all that available on our website. So you just download the form, fill it out, and you bring it in. And you know, we try to make the process as easy as possible. If you can't get through to our phone lines, 639-8226, 631-1336, you can message us on Facebook. We have our Facebook page. Send us a message, and someone will respond to you. We have people messaging us, hey, what's the requirements? We have the requirements available on our website and on our Facebook page as well. So if you don't remember anything from the interview, go follow us on Facebook.
And I know a lot of times, like when you join a credit union or even a bank or whatever the case may be, one of the requirements is that you automatically deposit if it's $100 or that sort of thing. Is that part of the requirement as well?
So the requirement to join the credit union is $5. You put $5 to
Candace.
open the account, right? Yeah. And we try to encourage persons to save on shares because your shares is your collateral. Right. And of course, your shares is what you would use in order to be able to access a loan facility with us, right? So the process of joining is really however long you take to get your documents. You get your documents together, as Mel would have indicated what the documents were, and you take them into the branch. We have a team that would assess the documents, verify that everything is indeed true, and then you apply for the loan. That's the process. There's a form, you just fill it out. It's a loan request form. You say how much money you want and what's the purpose. In this case, it will be the Carnival First Jam loan, right? And you don't have to go in. The loan officers, they would call you if needs be for any information. And the committee meets once per week. However, when we have loan promotions like this, I try to schedule meetings as much as possible so that we can attend to everybody as quickly as possible. So if we approve a loan today, we try to have the check and the disbursement done by the next day. So we meet every Wednesday. I just putting that out there for persons to try to get. Today is Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday.
So there are some lucky people that will be getting their Carnival loan today. Right? But we are working alongside the manager, we're working alongside staff. A lot of our work as well as a committee is heavily dependent on marketing and the loans officers. We have people like Samantha Lovelace, we have Miss Filbert out there. You know, they put in a lot of the work on the inside, and we come in on a weekly basis and we assess and we approve. Yeah, there's rarely a time that we disapprove loans, but you know, we try to work with our members, even if it means to give you a little less or to give you more to get you to where you need to be, right?
And then what about just the importance of being able to take such loans and help build your credit?
So that is something we encourage a lot for, especially young people in there, because a lot of our young people still live at home. They don't have much responsibilities that require very massive loans. But we encourage them, even this is a good starter loan to have your credit score improved, because it's a small loan compared to the loans that we usually see on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
It's a small loan. The repayment is it's minimal. It's about 7 something a month. So it's a good way to start. It's a good way for young people to give themselves an opportunity to show some level of responsibility as well. Yeah.
And, you know, as you said, start alone. We have young entrepreneurs, we have education loans, we have all these other things that we deal with on a daily basis. So even for young entrepreneurs, we have a lot of people starting these businesses because there are vocational skills programs that are also coming out of the TAJ program. And we have younger people who want to be their own boss, who wants to start their own business. And we do sit down with you. We do look at everything that you have, your business plan. Denise and I would have gone especially on a special training course to do business plans for members. So we sit, we work with you. This is what you're doing. And, you know, we're just working out the nitty-gritties and letting you know, okay, this is feasible, this is workable. You may need to revisit some things. But advice is very important. You don't get that everywhere. The honesty, but willing to work with you as well.
Great.
Yes.
And I mean, so hopefully our viewers are inspired right now.
Yes.
I mean, if not for the Bagel Jam loan, but yeah, I know that, like you said, there are so many other avenues and opportunities that are available for people, especially for young people.
Yes.
Now, how do they get in contact with you all?
Okay, so you can, our website, we have our website, www.bethelcredituniont.com. We have our Facebook page, Bethel Credit Union, and our contact number is 639-8226, 631-1336. So you can contact us there. And like I said, if the phone lines are busy, because we do receive a high volume of phone calls, message us on Facebook, send us a message, hey, you know, need some more info on this, and we do respond. If we need to set up an interview with you, sure, that's not a problem. So Candice, I am looking forward to your application, okay, to come join Bethel Credit Union.
Certainly. All right, so thank you, Ms. Brabner and Ms. Bridget Singh, for being on with us and for just giving us an idea of what is available for our people within our space. Like I said, we have so much happening, viewers. We have so much happening. So, and you know you don't want to miss out, because missing out is not fun.
No.
So. All right, great. Thank you so much. And viewers, don't go anywhere, because we'll be back after this short break with a lot more on the program for you.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Everybody only worrying.
Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry, if your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry, if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry, if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Mamailakai Home Services. We specialize in cleaning of carpets and rugs, mattresses, living room and dining room sets, vehicle detailing, cleaning and sanitizing of homes and commercial spaces. We also do landscaping and tree cutting, pressure and power washing, floor care, fumigating and air purifying. You can also call us for professional painting services, babysitting and adult sitting. Call us now 333-4430 at Mamailakai Home Services. We take cleaning to another level.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawn.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago, and now we are getting into just some other fun activities. So you heard before about, if you want to take part in all the carnival events, there are loans available, specific loans available through the Bethel Credit Union. But we're moving on to some other fun things that are happening within our space that does not require you to take a loan. And that is about the Mount Irvin Fish Fry that happens, around Fridays, but we're going to get into that in a bit. So we're going to be speaking with Miss Rachel McSween, and she is the Sales and Marketing Manager of the Mount Irvin Bay Resort. And a special good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
All right, so first we're going to start with, give me an idea about what is this fish, the Mount Irvin Fish Fry about?
It is turning into a monthly event. This will be our third event coming up, and normally it's the last Friday of the month, but because we have Tobago Carnival this month, it is happening the week before. And we have a lime on our beach. It is focused around seafood, but the odd time we would throw in a non-seafood item into our menu. And it is coming by, having some great food, sitting back, good music in the background, and a bonfire in the evening. Watching, it's one of the best places to watch the sunset in Tobago.
And that's on the Mount Irvin beach?
Yes, it is.
And which side is it on? Is it on the public beach side, or?
It's right at our resort beach facility.
Right.
And there is takeaway, or you can stay and enjoy the evening with us. It's a good time.
And what inspired you guys, venture off into this fish fry thing?
Well, it started out with talking about how we can reach out a bit more to the community and have events for Tobagonians, for our guests as well. And so this is something that locals can attend, non-guests as well as guests. And we can enjoy our community and enjoy Tobago. So it started out as that. It traditionally builds on the fish fry historically that fishermen used to host on the beach. And so it just goes from that. Actually, most fishermen on any beach would host something like that, would host some kind of a beach lime. Fishermen are some of the best cooks in Tobago.
Yes, I would agree.
And so we were celebrating part of our heritage and doing this once a month.
All right, and then, tell me about the chefs behind it. Is it, you mentioned that, fishermen are some of the best cooks on the island.
Yes.
Now, is it that the fishermen are doing the fish fry?
Well, it's representatives from our kitchen that are coming down and doing it. We've got a variety of different culinary backgrounds represented in our kitchen. And so thus we get the deep fried, you would get the skewers, you would get, things that are representative of Tobago. At our beach facility on Sundays now, we would also do a crab and dumpling event. So there's a variety of different types of backgrounds from our cooks, and we're very proud to show them off.
And then what other seafood do you guys offer?
Well, we have fish, shrimp, and lobster. So we focus on those three types of foods. We would present them in a variety of different ways. So the last fish fry, we had a lobster lasagna.
Wow.
The one before we had fried shrimp. So it would be a variety of different things.
So
we're talking about kebabs this time around. So we're focused on that, but we would also have fish steaks, fish fingers, and just local fish finger foods.
So basically you're telling me that every time that I come to this fish fry, I'm going to get a different set of fish, fish prepared in different styles.
A different set of preparations, yes. We're trying to mix it up a little bit. We also have a Mount Irvin mix, which is a shrimp and fish mix. So you're getting a variety of different things, and all reflective of the island of Tobago.
Mm-hmm. And then why should, people choose to come down at Mount Irvin Beach on a Friday, the last Friday of every month? Well, of course, for this month, you said it's going to be...
It's on the 21st.
It's on the 21st. But why should people come down and, instead of, going to the club or... Well, I mean, not that we have clubs in Tobago, but, just going out in Crown Point, why should they be at Mount Irvin Bay?
Honestly, it's an elegantly casual type of environment that gives you something in nature to enjoy. In Tobago, we are a lot more eco-minded, and so rather than going out to a club and being indoors, you can be outside, watch one of the best sunsets in Tobago, enjoy the beach, enjoy some good food, and meet some new people from the community.
Do you guys usually have any sort of entertainment as well?
Yes, this time around we're having a DJ. Last dinner we had a panist. So it's a variety. Again, we're utilizing local talent and highlighting that. This time as well, we are also showing some art, some paintings, a local artist again. So it's really just trying to reach out to the community and take pride in what we do as Tobagonians.
And of course, I can't have you here and not talk about, just how things have been going there at the hotel, because we know that the hotel industry has been, they're trying to revive itself and get over what COVID-19 did to us all.
Yeah.
How are things progressing?
It's been a bit of a challenge, but something that our team at Mount Irvin Bay Resort is definitely up to. We are constantly working at refurbishing, whether it be currently our rooms. Some of our rooms are being refurbished. We are also looking at the property itself and upgrading our infrastructure to get ready for our high season, which is beginning soon. So soon we're going to be having a lot more international travel, and we are getting ready for that. Right now, we have Carnival.
Yes, and I see on the screen we have just some of the packages you guys are offering for Carnival.
Yep.
Could you give me just give me some more details, as to why people should consider coming to Mount Irvin Bay Hotel for their stay?
Well,
are there vacancies still available, first of all?
Yes, there are. We are very busy, but we still have a few rooms available. This package that we're promoting is a 2-night package that includes breakfast, applicable taxes, and airport taxi transfers. So we can pick you up when you land in the airport and bring you through to the resort. You can enjoy festivities that are in the area. We're not too far from Buku. We also are hosting 2 key events on our property itself. So
what are
there's
those
going to be
events that you guys are hosting?
Hush is happening at our property. It is an an exclusive
Yes.
event that's happening on our golf course. And the GTC is an event that's happening on our beach. So keep an eye out for those advertisements. But you can also have, between those two, one day to Lime, relax, enjoy the beach, enjoy the pool. We are close to everything. So we're a walk away or a short drive away from Buku Village. There's all sorts of things going on coming out of Buku. And Plymouth is there. Everything is a short drive away. So you can get to any of the other events quite easily that are happening island-wide.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of just the future and just in the longer term, are we seeing things improving for the hotel industry?
Of course. We wouldn't be putting in the effort if we didn't believe in the rewards coming eventually.
Mhm.
It is coming not only to hotels, but to restaurants, clubs, taxi drivers, hairdressers. Everybody who's in Tobago can follow that tourism dollar to enhance their own experience.
Mhm.
What I would say is that we need to make sure that we are ready, that we enable our teams to give the best service we know we can give. We also need to make sure that we keep care of the product that we have so that we can continue to share it with others and it remains sustainable.
And now that, flights are added on the air bridge, are you hopeful that you would be able to have, booked out rooms, booked out hotel for Carnival?
Yes, I'm looking at that. I know that a fair amount of our guests are also traveling by ferry. So yes, I wish that the flights had been added earlier because a lot of people had planned further out, but they're here and we're grateful for them. And I am seeing an increase in inquiries now that they have a way of getting to Tobago.
And then what about the international visitors? Are we seeing that as well?
Yes, there are already visitors who are here traveling through British Airways, who are on island for 10 to 14 days looking
Wow.
for something to do. So they're taking in our fish fry on the 21st. They're taking in the carnival events. They're taking in Diwali if there's anything going on, on the island with that. They're also just going through and going to Kastara, traveling, renting a car, and enjoying Tobago. So we're already seeing it, yes.
Mhm. And of course, that's good news for Tobago, and it's something that we've all been longing to hear after the crazy time that we just came through. Yes. And we also see Mount Irvin positioning themselves, Mount Irvin Bay Hotels positioning themselves as that place for events to be held. Like you mentioned, you have two carnival events, two major carnival events, as well as this monthly fish fry thing that's going on.
And we're building up to a few other things. We host just a normal, very casual Friday Lime at our lobby bar and Hummingbird Lounge. We're planning a lot more things so that it does get to the point where our international visitors who are here for 2 weeks can consistently enjoy the area. Buku Sunday School will come back, and that's a short walk away. So there's a few things that we at Mount Irvin, as well as the community itself around us, offer to clients. Yeah, and we want to show it off.
And as you mentioned, the community, part of it is that to allow our own Tobagoans to come in and mix with our visitors.
Obviously, we are always looking at local entertainment, local fashion, local artists who need a venue to display their works. And this fish fry is a first opportunity and the first of many where we can showcase. Last time you and I met, we were talking about a band launch.
Yes.
So again, that is a local group of promoters who was looking to display their art, their works. It's something that makes for a good partnership between tourism and community.
And how can people partner with the Mount Irvin Bay Hotel?
Well, they can contact us directly, reach out to myself in the sales office or the general manager, any member of our team. We are a well-oiled machine. And if we can help each other, that's important. It also displays, like, the reason that people are coming to Tobago is so that they can learn a bit more about our culture and be able to do an exchange. They will leave some of themselves and take some of us with them when they go.
Great. All right, and then is there any contact numbers that they can reach out to you on?
They can reach out to me at 279-2153, which is my mobile. They can send an email to the hotel at info@mountirvin.com. And they can get in touch with us there.
Yes, and so viewers, for those of you out there, even those young viewers that are listening, and you have a talent, you can play an instrument and whatnot, this is perhaps a good opportunity for you to reach out to the Mount Irvin Bay Resort and just see what ways that you can partner and get yourself out there.
Yes, definitely so.
All right, and they, certainly, as Ms. Maxine said, that they are very much open to partnering with you all. So don't miss that opportunity. And viewers, of course, we're also talking about Fish Fry. It's happening now. They're having it every month, on the last Friday of every month. But for this Friday, it's going to be next
on the 21st.
On the 21st. And of course, that's only because Carnival is the last weekend. And we gotta give way to Carnival, right?
Definitely, yes.
And are you looking forward to the Carnival season?
Of course, of course. We've been talking about it in Tobago for a long, long while, and it's nice to finally see it come to fruition.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Maxine, for being on with us. It was a pleasure. And, just hearing a little bit about what's happening within our hotel industry, it's good news to see things happening and to see that there's growth, because it's something that can only rebound to the benefit of Tobago.
Definitely. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well, viewers, we're coming to the end of our program. I mean, like I said, there's so much happening within our space. So we got to be careful out there. When you're out there, please be safe. Now, we've got a bit of rain on the horizon for the next few days. Well, intermittent rain. So just watch out for that, Be careful. There's still a lot of advisories on. We're looking forward to the THA giving us some updates on what's been happening with our road networks. Unfortunately, several roads in Tobago were affected by last week's rainfall, and we were looking forward on Monday. What was supposed to be Mandate Monday, however, that was postponed. We have no idea as yet as to when the new Mandate Monday will be held. So THA, we need to hear from you guys soon. So hopefully we'll have that Mandate Monday and we can get some further updates as to what's happening, where some of those damages are concerned. Of course, we have a lot of other issues within our space to deal with. Now, also, you should be looking out today. Later today, we're going to have the Senate that's going to sit and meet to start debate on the budget, because it finished at the Standing Finance Committee concluded last evening. So that's something for you to look out for. All right, viewers, and thank you so much for being on with us. And we're going to be back again with you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So tune in then. Have a wonderful day, folks.
I'm melanated one.